I'm Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this week's episode, we'll preview the Orchard Beach Crab Feast, and we'll talk with an expert about recycling yard waste and changes with that program. But first, making headlines this week. As we mentioned last week, a community meeting was held in Mayo to talk about development. And as we also mentioned, the turnout was huge.
It was huge.
More than 500 residents packed Mayo Elementary School to voice their frustration over traffic, public safety, and development. The meeting was the first of many county officials will hold to talk about two major issues, a building moratorium that will be lifted in January and plans to improve Beverly Triton Beach. Here's what County Executive Steve Shue said to residents at the meeting.
Hopefully, many of you are aware of our administration's quality of life initiatives. Those initiatives cover a lot of things. One of them is bicycle trails. We're trying to build out a complete and full network of bicycle trails to allow people to travel safely. We are opening up boat ramps to allow people to have more access to the water. We are opening beaches throughout the county, canoe and kayak launches, and we're expanding our library system to make sure every community is served by a neighborhood library. Fort Smallwood is a great example of these initiatives. A year ago, there was neither a boat ramp nor public swimming on Fort Smallwood Beach. Now there is, and people are enjoying it immensely. I wanted to point out one important thing that may be different than what you're seeing on social media about our plans, which are very preliminary at this point for Beverly Triton. Nobody is contemplating Quiet Waters 2 or Woodstock on the Water. That's not the idea. The idea is to have Beverly Triton remain a quiet, passive-use park for swimming, walking, fishing, bird watching, kayaking, those kinds of uses with only the limited types of facilities, bathing facilities, that sort of thing to support those kinds of activities.
Shue spoke and fielded questions for 2 hours, and hundreds of residents signed up to receive regular updates about progress on the two issues. Dave, you were there. How'd the meeting go?
It was intense. It was intense.
No, circus is intense.
Oh, it was
Passionate.
passionate.
Yeah.
It was serious. It was informative.
Well, that's always good.
It was a little bit of everything. But look, obviously some people are not happy about certain things. There was a lot of facts to kind of, dispel some rumors that I hope people got out of that meeting. Again, I think the two most important things to keep in mind are, number one, the proposed improvements to Beverly Triton Beach are not going to happen for 2 years. So this is only the first meeting. There are going to be many more meetings, and every time there's a new development in terms of, see what I did there, development.
Got it.
Every time there's a new step in the process that we move across, then there's public comment and there's revision. So everything from how much parking to paved trails versus dirt trails to where are the bathrooms to all that stuff, that's all going to be a long and detailed process where the community has a chance to weigh in. Number two is the moratorium issue, which was discussed as well. This is not a political decision. This is something where the wastewater treatment plant was failing, or it was at capacity and had to be replaced. Work was done to figure out how to do that, and it will be finished in January. In the meantime, there could be no new development on the peninsula. So now that problem is going to be addressed, development is allowed on the peninsula, but it's still subject to all the zoning restrictions, all the tests for roads and schools, all the things we have in place to make sure that development fits the character of the community. And those are the two big things that I think aren't getting across so far, and I hope people are starting to understand that. And but no doubt, the traffic on the Mayo Peninsula is a problem, and traffic on a lot of our peninsulas is a problem. You can never take away, I've said this before, you can never take away the geography problem, but there are things you can do to make it better, and some of that's on the way very soon. There's going to be some improvements to that intersection at Muddy Creek Road and 214 Central Avenue. and we're going to work with the community to try and figure out how to make this all work. So
Team effort.
hopefully everybody understands that, and they see that the county executive took the time to come out there and answer all the questions. There were a good solid 500 people there, so it was hard to get to everybody, even in 2 hours. But we took notes. Everybody is going to follow up on all the questions that were asked, and hopefully, people will keep the interest, and they'll keep coming, and they'll keep putting in their 2 cents to help us make it work.
Very good.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Well, Kristin, we have another major milestone for Odenton Town Center.
Yay!
This week, officials held an official groundbreaking ceremony for Town Center Boulevard. Now, this is a very important road because it goes directly through the middle of the undeveloped portion of the town center. The project is mostly paid for by Halley Development, which owns the land proposed for future construction. The county provided $16 million for water and sewer improvements. Here's what West County Chamber of Commerce President Claire Louder had to say about the project.
Town Center Boulevard creates connectivity through the heart of the Odenton Town Center, providing a new access road for Seven Oaks residents to reach 175 and the Odenton Mark Station, and opening up the transition area under Maryland 32 for development.
Claire does such a great job for West County, and we appreciate her. We're
Thanks, Claire.
probably gonna have her on the show again because she's getting ready to retire and move to North Carolina, I believe it is, and she will be missed very much. We love Claire. Now, planning for this road started 6 years ago, and shovels are finally going into the ground. This will be a major catalyst in making the town center take off. The project includes 4 lanes and a median, a 10-foot wide multi-use trail, and a 5-foot wide sidewalk. How exciting is that, Kristin?
That is really exciting. I like that there's options.
Yeah, there's options, yes.
Multi-use.
It's hard to do this without, having a map and a big Ross Perot style presentation, but like I said, the road goes right through the middle of this very, very huge property that will be the town center. So obviously without that road there, it's harder for the other things to come online. So it's like if you build it, they will come. So
I like
once that road is finished, there's going to be a lot more access, and things are going to really start to move there. And unlike the issues in Mayo, luckily, Odenton is not on a peninsula, and Odenton really has been waiting a long time for this, and it's going to be great for Fort Meade. It's going to be great for West County, where really the development and growth is supposed to go. I'll do my little marketing pitch for Odenton. It's in that triangle. You got Baltimore to the north, you got DC to the south, you got Annapolis to the east. So it's really a great location for businesses and for people who are commuting wherever they may be commuting. So,
I'm all about retail.
Yeah, and Kristin wants retail.
Yeah.
There will be some retail.
Retail.
Yes. No Macy's, but some
No
retail.
Macy's. Ooh.
No Kohl's. No Kohl's?
I don't really go to Kohl's.
Okay.
I should. I understand there's something called Kohl's Cash.
Oh, yeah.
I need to.
You don't know about the Kohl's Cash?
I'm not good at this.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm crazy. I can't believe that.
I'll get into it. I'll make it a project.
Got a new purple shirt on today.
Thank
and
you.
You didn't use Kohl's Cash?
No, but I got it 50% off at Loft.
Oh, fist bump for that.
Yeah. Well, a very special guest joined our county executive, Steve Shue, to celebrate upcoming improvements to the Brooklyn Park Senior Center. First Lady Yumi Hogan, yay! Who is South Korean born, visited a very excited group of seniors this week on the 63rd anniversary of the end of the Korean War. That happened, by the way, Dave, on July 27th, 1953.
Very good,
Thank
Kristin.
you. Wealth of knowledge. First Lady Hogan thanked our veterans for their sacrifice to bring freedom to war-torn immigrants all those years ago.
We have to remember them, how veterans Mike said it. So thank you. So who's the sacrifice? We always thank you them, right? Okay.
The Brooklyn Park Senior Center has a huge Korean population that it serves. We talked to Department of Aging and Disabilities Director Pam Jordan about some of the specialized services the center provides.
There's all kinds of activities. We have a partnership with the community college, which will offer classes in here. We have our department of our Maryland Access Point comes in and helps people do options counseling so that they can have choices on how they want to remain in the community. The last thing we want people to do is to be, to be institutionalized. So anything we can do to keep people in their homes and vital is important to this department.
Major celebrity sighting up in Brooklyn Park, Dave.
Kristin, it was like the Beatles came into town.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Wonderful.
It was So
She's a lovely lady, by the
she
way.
is. She's great. She's so nice, and you know, everybody just lit up the minute she got there, and it means a lot to the Korean community up there to see somebody, you know, the First Lady of Maryland, who has a similar background to them, and of course she spoke Korean. Steve Shu tried a little Korean. I think he was successful because nobody booed.
Congrats,
it was a
Steve.
lot different than the meeting the night before. Little joke there. But it was great. It was a lot of fun, and it was great to have her there. And this is this senior center. We'll have more information next week about the plans for the future plans for the senior center. But it's one of our busiest senior centers, and it's also one of our smallest senior centers. So it's been needing an upgrade for a while, and the county executive put that in his budget. The county council passed it, and we're moving ahead. So hopefully by next summer, you know, these improvements will be done. I don't want to give too much away.
Maybe Lady Hogan come do a ribbon cutting.
Maybe she'll come on Weekend Review and
Oh my
talk
gosh,
to us.
I would love that.
Maybe she'll
I
talk
would
to
need
you.
to shop for a new outfit.
Maybe she'll talk to you. I think you've had some opportunities
I
to
have
meet
talked
the
to with
First
Mrs.
Lady.
Hogan. Yes, I have.
Look at you. You're a big deal. You really are. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to Rich Bowen about the effort to get those plastic bags out of your yard waste recycling. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Hi, welcome back. And joining us in the studio this week, we have Rich Bowen, Program Manager for Recycling and Waste Reduction Division for Anne Arundel County. Rich, how's it going today?
Good, how are you doing?
We're good. So today we're talking about some changes to the yard waste program, but we always like to get to know our interviewees a little bit first. Talk to us about your career with Anne Arundel County. How long have you been with us?
Actually, on July 31st will be my 13th year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yep,
We have something for Lucky 13?
That's like half as old as you.
Yeah, hey.
That's a compliment, right?
Thank you.
26?
You're a good guy.
Thanks.
Good guy.
Yep.
Well, yes, so for 13 years, and you're the program manager. Tell us about your duties, what you do with that job.
We handle the recycling program like a marketing department. Our job is to educate and motivate the residents to recycle as much as they can.
Recycle more often.
Exactly. So
Yes.
we're always out there talking to them through many different mediums, whether it's advertising, face-to-face, direct mail pieces, anything we can do to keep the recycling message in the forefront and make it a second, a normal behavior for them to recycle.
Very good. And one thing that you're concentrating a lot of your outreach efforts on right now, of course, are changes to our yard waste program. Let's first go ahead and define yard waste. What is yard waste?
Predominantly grass and leaves. So we provide once a week collection, same day as your trash and recycling collection for yard waste. So it's grass and leaves that residents have collected off of their lawns and put at the curb for collection. So it's, like I said, it's year round.
Grass, leaves,
Shrubs,
twigs, branches.
Small branches, Christmas trees in the month of
Christmas
January.
trees.
That's a
yes,
big
and
one.
wreaths.
Right. Anything natural garland.
Because yard waste sounds kind of weird, but that's what
That's what it is.
Yeah.
The green stuff.
So Rich, how do you feel about your recycling coordinator? Any good?
Oh, we are not going
Kelly's
there.
great.
Yeah, Kelly's wonderful. She's the favorite.
Isn't there somebody else who
Kelly,
works in recycling?
Lene's lovely.
Lene,
She's
right.
Oh yeah,
great.
Kristin's there too, but
Kristin.
she's always doing this, so I don't want to see her that much.
Just there for comic relief.
She's always on television.
Ba-dum-bum.
All right, so all jokes aside, you're changing your policy when it comes to collection of yard waste. Tell us about what the change is and when it takes effect.
Okay. Well, beginning January of 2017, residents will no longer be allowed to use plastic bags to containerize their yard waste. They can use biodegradable paper bags, which are available at all the local retailers, the home improvement stores, hardware stores, that sort of thing. They can put it in a bin, so that's a container of choice, like a trash can marked with an X, so they can use that over and over again. Or they can bundle it. That's predominantly with twigs, limbs, branches, that sort of thing. But starting January 1, no more plastic bags.
And so we've done a lot of outreach, and we're going to be doing more to educate people about this. Explain to us why the plastic garbage bags are bad for yard waste.
Plastic bags create a lot of environmental issues as well as increased costs. When you process yard waste, the program involves grinding the material up. So when it's in plastic bags, all those bags get shredded up into little pieces and they become blown litter. So you spend a lot of time cleaning up litter, getting them out of the waterways, the woods around the area. So that takes a lot of time and effort. But plastic also stays in it. Plastic's not biodegradable. So while everything else is breaking down in the composting process, the plastic is staying there. So at the end, you've got to screen all of that out. And it's impossible to get all of that out. So those little shards of plastic that stays in the compost decreases the value of that compost. So you can't market it and sell it for the value that you would like to get.
Yeah, people don't want, it's like finding a fly in your soup.
Right. You want premium.
Great analogy.
People don't want plastic in their compost.
And then the last part of it is all that plastic that you did screen out, you've got to dispose of it. So that takes up landfill space and that's unnecessary. With paper bags, the bags break down during the composting process. There's very little blown litter with it. There's no screening of the material out at the end, and you've got a fine product that you can sell, at a higher market value.
And just in case people weren't paying attention, this starts in January. So we're starting early to let everybody know. So when January comes around and someone forgets or whatever and their trash isn't picked up, we're trying to avoid the confusion there and make sure people know way in advance so they're already practicing this habit and that it goes smoothly. And it makes sense when you're thinking about recycling. Why would you put something that's getting recycled in a plastic bag that isn't recyclable?
And another main reason to do this is this will help sustain the program. Right now, there's only one processor located in the state that still accepts yard waste in plastic bags. But they've indicated to us that that's going to go away from them as well. They're getting a lot of pressure from Maryland Department of Environment because all the litter issues and everything that's caused by plastic, blown plastic. So there's going to come a day where they'll no longer accept it. So once they can't, there's no other place to take it. And the program can't go away. We've got to continue having curbside collection for the residents of the county for yard waste. So making this change sustains the program, and it also opens up another outlet. We've got a processor in our sister county, Prince George's County, right in our backyard, processing facility we could take material to, but they don't allow plastic bags. We make this change, now we can start sending some material there. So that increases our outlets, and once again makes our program more sustainable.
Well, let's talk about the paper bags for a minute, because I think there's a lot of confusion out there about people who hear paper bags and think of the kind of paper bags that you bag your lunch in or your groceries.
Yeah, don't use those. Don't use those.
Too small.
No.
Way too small.
Too small.
The industry term is yard trim bag. If you
Yeah.
see that's a normal for it. It's a normally 30-gallon. It's a 2-ply biodegradable bag. It actually has a coating on it that helps with the weather, resistance to the rain, so it doesn't break down, and it stays intact until the collection's made at the curb. And many residents have already made the change. If you drive around the streets of the county, you'll see the biodegradable bags being used. And that we started 2 years ago, encouraging residents to make this change for all the environmental reasons that we just talked about, but also because we knew as a county it was going to be coming down the pipe. So a lot of residents have done it, and they're having success with it. So
So paper bags don't get mushy if it rains, because I've seen people say that.
Well, if you leave them out and you're going to get 5 days of rain in a row, that's probably going to have a negative impact on them. But, you know, watch the weather. We know residents do most of their yard collection or putting it together on the weekend.
Right.
And their collection day may be Thursday or Friday of the following week. So keep the material up by the home, undercover a little bit. Don't put it out the curb. And by county code, technically, you're not supposed to put material out at the curb until 5 p.m. the day before your collection day. So that's kind of hard to do from time to time, but that's what we encourage people to do with this. And hopefully, you know, with us talking about it now, we just sent out the direct mail piece to the residents, notifying them of the change. Everybody should have received it by now. Hopefully, even though they don't have to do it until January of 2017, they'll start to do it this fall, or at least for a little bit of their material. Get used to it, because they are user-friendly. I mean, it's a one-man show with a paper bag. Plastic bags, have you guys done it before? It's, you know,
Crazy
grabbing
trying to tie it,
It's
yeah.
difficult. It takes a while to get material in there before it stands on its own.
It's terrible. Give me the paper bags.
Stands up
all
on its own.
day.
One man
paper
operation.
And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, that's all right. Just a reminder, if the paper bag doesn't work for you, you can also bundle what you can, and you can also use a container marked with an X for your recycling.
And you can bring the material to us.
Yeah.
Many residents do that now. You can bring your grass and leaves to our facilities. We have 3 locations that they can bring material to. They can bring it to us in plastic bags. When they get to our facility, they have to empty the plastic bags out, but they can reuse that plastic bag, so they can keep on using them if they want to bring it to our facilities. That's another option.
There's another question that always comes up, and I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How come we don't send around the trucks that just vacuum up all the leaves off of the side of the road?
One, that's very costly, but two, many of the, in order to do that, you need a neighborhood that has infrastructure to handle that. You need curb lines.
It has to be wide.
Right, you have to have access. You can't have street parking. You know, there's a lot of things involved with doing street cleaning that would have to happen within each neighborhood. Some improvements would have to be made. And we don't want, and this is for the Bureau of Highways because this is on their side, but blowing your leaves to the curb line, to the ditches, that clogs up our storm drains.
Right.
And we don't want that to happen because we need the water flow to get out, and so we don't have flooding and you know, bogging down our infrastructure, underground utilities, and that sort of thing. So that's the main reason.
Makes sense. So bag it, bin it, bundle it. You want to do the dance again?
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll teach Rich.
Okay,
All
this is
right.
how you do it, Rich.
All right,
You
so
gotta bin it,
bin it. Wait,
bin it.
Bin it.
bin it,
Bin it.
bundle it.
Bundle it.
Bundle it,
Bag it.
bag it.
One more time.
Okay, so you're
Ready?
gonna
Bin
bin
it.
it,
You can
bundle it, and you're gonna bag it.
Yeah. Nice.
Love it.
And then it goes away.
We're gonna put it to music later.
Do the pound.
We're gonna do that.
It's cooler.
Yeah, it is. All right. Well, if folks want to stay up to date on our program for recycling for the county, you can always check out. We've got Facebook. We've got
It's on our webpage, aacounty.org.
aacounty.org. We got,
You know, the direct mail piece we just put up is posted as well.
yeah,
with
so many
information.
ways to stay in touch.
Right.
So, very good.
And they can call us as well if they have any questions.
Let's go. Very good. Well, thank you for joining us on the program today. Always a delight to have you in the studio. We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back. Summertime, of course, around Maryland is crab time, and especially here in Anne Arundel County. There are tons of crab feasts planned in the next 2 months, and Sara Gannon has information on one of them. Sarah?
Thanks, Kristin and Dave. Today I'm here with Lori from Orchard Beach Community, and she's going to talk about some upcoming events that the community is holding to raise money for their great community here. Lori, thanks for meeting me today. Can you tell me about one of your first events, which is so cool? It's called Hooked on Fishing.
I would love to. It is a very, very wonderful event that DNR is providing for beach education. It's teaching the children how to set up a rod, including knot tying, attaching tackle, practice casting, angling ethics, catch and release, and safety to be covered with fishing. So they get a great day of fishing with a lot of information, and they will provide lunch for us at noon. And this is all at no charge. So we would like everybody who can bring their kids out here to have a big event at our beautiful little beach here at Orchard Beach. And you can contact Lucy Riley at 443-618-5268. or lriley@gmail.com, or you can call me, Lori, at 410-360-2503 to get any more information on this great event that's coming up on
great.
August 16th, and it will be from 10 a.m. to noon.
Great. And I know you have another event that's coming up. You have the crab feast coming up that you're holding here to raise funds for the dock also.
We sure are. The Crab Feast is going to be a great event right up at 1000 Hilltop at our community center, and it is on September 24th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. It is only $35 for a full menu, including male crabs and a lot of options for drinking. So there is $35 and $40 at the door, so that's a better deal than go to any restaurant for, including beverages. And we're hoping to pack that place because we're getting a lot of donations and a lot of help, and we need funds to do a lot of very necessary repairs, as one of them being our dock here, which needs a lot of attention, and a lot of the boat ramp and up at the community center. So we need support of the community. We're giving a good event at a great price, and we are going to have a blast, and we hope everybody will attend that same day.
Fantastic. It sounds like you guys are on the roll here.
I hope so, because the same day we are going to pull our raffle we're presently doing, so we can sell tickets all the time now for our family crab feast. How would you like for a $1 ticket to win a family event that all you got to do is bring your family and your people? We will deliver the picnic table, the bushel of male crabs, all the fixings, tablecloth, paper plates, sodas, everything to drink, and all you got to do is be there. $1 raffle tickets. So hopefully we'll send many thousands of this, and the option for winning will be pulled that night. There's also a second prize and third prize of an oil change from Rich Morton Mazda, and we're getting donations from Scott Morton. So we love the support and appreciate the support for these events, and we'd love to see you at the crab feed, and if you can't be there, order some raffle tickets.
That's right. Also, I understand you have a bingo in the community.
We do. We have our bingo every second Saturday of the month. So the next one is August 13th.
Okay.
And the doors open at noon. And it's a great little event up at our community center, nice air-conditioned location, and we have a great concession in between with lots of cool food. A lot of the ladies make something special, different every time. And this month, if you bring a friend, you get a free play. So that you'll have an extra card for free if you bring a friend to our next bingo. But we do it every month, the second Saturday, and we hope that you can attend. And our monthly meetings are, that was why I was saying Tuesday, our monthly meetings are the first Tuesday of every month, if anybody wants to help or find out more about our community.
Well, that's great. Also, you had, do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, it's OBIA, Orchard Beach Improvement Association. Is on, and Lucy Riley does take care of that also. So they keep all the lists of all the events up and running on the Facebook page. So like our Facebook page and ask any questions on that too.
Well, I think it's great that you do all this to try and better the community and improve it. And if you get a chance, you have opportunity, come out and support them. It goes to a good cause. Not only that, but you know, a lot of people don't understand that, you know, a lot of money goes into keeping up with these community properties and maintaining them and keeping them.
There is no funding other than what we raise.
That's right.
So we need the support of the community to be able to keep this beautiful beach ready and repairable and safe for the kids that use it here in the community. Our building, the fencing, there's a handicap ramp that needs to be rebuilt right now. So the only way we can do it is through these fundraisers, and we hope that everybody will come and have a great time because, you know, we like to have a positive attitude, and we'll have a good party no matter what fundraising event we'll do.
That's right. Well, thank you, Lori. You can find them on the Facebook page, the phone number that she gave earlier, and the website that she gave earlier, and also the email address that she gave earlier. So thanks again, Lori, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sarah. I can smell the Old Bay right now. How do you eat your crabs?
Okay, how do I eat my crabs?
Everyone does it differently.
Well, you know, so I'm from Rockville, which is landlocked.
Landlocked.
And I ate crabs as a kid, but not really, you know, I wasn't really into it. I moved here, of course, and it's like a way of life. So I started out with a very, very, I guess you would call it scientific, antiseptic way of eating crabs. I would have my knife and I would, you know, I partition everything, I cut everything and to get to the compartments, and I've grown out of that.
Okay.
So now I basically, I'm popping things. And,
Yeah.
and my favorite part, now I don't know if this is common, you can tell me, but the main part, of course, is the back fin, right?
Right.
So I make sure that the back legs are still on, the fins are still on there until I crack it open.
Yes.
And then I pick around
Yes.
those back, so you get the lollipop.
We call it the mop in my house,
The
in
mop.
the Lagana house.
Because
And
you mop
my
it.
dad was
Do you mop it in butter?
No, we don't use butter.
No butter in your house.
No, we
So
use
that's another thing. I
Old
like
Bay,
butter.
and we use apple cider vinegar.
Nice.
We do vinegar.
No
with our
butter?
crabs.
Is butter frowned upon in your house?
And it's not that it's frowned upon. It's just not something
don't
we
do
use.
it?
No, I mean that's delicious to put
I'm
butter
kind of
on anything,
transitioning
Paula
out of
Dean,
that, too.
But it's just
Do you put
we've
Old
always-
Bay on like everything?
I love Old Bay on French fries.
French fries?
I love Old Bay on chicken.
Absolutely.
I've done Old Bay on potatoes. We kind of do our own Maryland-style shrimp boil, where we put in the crab pot when we boil our crabs. We also add corn and potatoes. So everything gets that Old Bay flavor.
Does the Lagana Cabana have crabbing? Is there actual crabbing?
No, we get live crabs though. So
Okay.
we don't go crabbing, but
'Cause
we
in-
get live crabs.
Up in the Dina, we actually crab.
Yes, I know you do.
Yes.
And I would be delighted
Do the
to
trot
try
line.
some of those. Yeah.
Trot line, you gotta try it sometime.
We
It's fun.
we go over the bridge. We go outside the county. I know, bad, but it's a thing.
don't listen
it's
to
an
her.
event.
You don't need
it's
to
an
do
event.
that.
My dad packs up the dog. They go in the Jeep. They go for a ride. Like it's the thing. You should
Well, at least it's not-
absolutely buy crabs in the county.
Absolutely. buy
This
them-
is just a
Or
Lugano
catch them in the
thing.
county.
Yeah, or catch
And
them.
at least he's not getting illegal fireworks.
That's right.
So he's got that going
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
So real quick, let's talk about, we've been previewing this for some time.
Oh,
We have a
gosh.
big event coming up in the Lagana family.
Oh, it's my birthday in December.
Really?
My sister's getting married in November.
Oh, shout out to Vicky Lagana.
Hey, Vicky!
Congratulations. And her fiance,
Mike Duke.
Mike Duke.
Vicky will
Good
be
job, buddy.
Victoria Duke,
so
which
we'll
I think
have the-
sounds very formal.
It surely does.
Like someone that Lady Lockwood would have hung out
Like
with.
it would happen.
Someone in
It would happen at Lagana Manor.
someone in Pride and Prejudice, if you will.
Yes.
Victoria Duke.
So anyway, we have the Bachelorette is coming up.
Ah, yes. a
And I know
tradition
you
for the
can't
ages.
reveal very
I'm not
much.
telling you anything, Dave.
Nothing?
No, I don't. We're going to Charleston.
Going to Charleston. Okay, Charleston, South Carolina.
Charleston, South Carolina, baby.
Okay, no hurricanes
South.
coming for this?
I think my sister's probably most excited that we're going there, not because of all the amazing food, but that show that's on Bravo now. I think it's Southern Charm, Southern Hospital. I don't know what it is,
I
but
don't
it's all
know.
these like young 20-somethings, and you know all those Bravo
Playing
shows.
Pokemon Go and...
Definitely not playing Pokemon Go.
Oh, no.
Like bars and drama.
Oh.
Left and right.
Oh.
Southern Charmed, I think is what it's called. But they all hang out in Charleston, so I think she's really excited.
She's hoping
about
to
that.
have a sighting.
Yeah, or that we'll go to a place that
Like-
they go to in the show.
And you're going to get there and go, where's the real world house?
You kids remember your real world? Remember Seattle?
We just lost our audience because either your real world has no
Bearing to you
relevance
whatsoever.
to you
Yep.
because of you're aged out,
Right.
Or it's like young people who have never heard of the
What is
real
that
world
lady
ever.
talking about?
We're like in that really tight zone
Yeah.
with our
Yeah.
age group, which we're not even going to tell you how old we are.
Where we don't
About,
age.
you're about 26.
26,
I'm
what
about,
you said in the
I'm
interview.
about 28.
Bless you.
Is that believable?
Yeah.
28. We better go. We better go before this gets ugly. That wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archived episodes online anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or Google Plus by simply searching Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.